cybersecurity training program is all about. We also have some alumni of the program. We also have students who are currently in the cohort, which is cohort 3, and they're going to share with us their experiences. And the reason why we wanted to do this session is because a lot of you know that it's quite difficult to get organizations offering thorough cybersecurity courses, but ICRAL has been able to achieve that through the NCSTP program. And we just want to hear from them what it's about and how you as a community member, as a student, a fresh graduate, can become a part of the program. So I'm going to welcome Linda to begin the program, and the other speakers will follow. So Linda.
Thank you so much, Laura. Hello, everyone. I believe we are all doing well. And Laura, thank you once again for this opportunity. I'm honored actually to be speaking in this forum. And as Laura has said, my name is Linda MWIBANDA, and I'm an employee of ICRAL under NCSTP. And my main aim here is to talk about NCSTP, which is a cybersecurity program, as Laura has said, the biggest in East Africa. I'll just touch on the nature of the program, the intensity of the program, and maybe the recruitment process. Thereafter, I'll welcome questions. And I've seen some of my team members are in here. So I believe they'll help me to answer questions or maybe clarify some points where I've not successfully or rather exhaustively given my viewpoints. So now talking about NCSTP, some of you are wondering, what is NCSTP? NCSTP is a short version of National Cybersecurity Training Program. This is a fully government funded program with the mandate of training fresh graduates in cybersecurity in order to build the nation's cyber capacity. And maybe the reason why, or rather the main reason why the government does this is because it wants to ensure that we have enough personnel to manage the cyberspace, or rather bring order in the cyberspace. And currently, as we know, everything is taking place in the cyberspace. That is learning, we are doing it online. Commerce, we are shopping, we are ordering things online. Entertainment, right now it's taking place online. And therefore it makes the cyberspace to be like any other physical community. And just like any other physical community, there are crimes or rather challenges that do take place. And therefore we need to equip people, or rather our citizens, with the abilities or rather the knowledge of how they can bring order in the cyberspace, or rather protect maybe the nation against cyber attacks, just the way the government protects the nation against physical attacks like Al-Shabaab. So we are doing this so that we equip our people with the required knowledge and skills to protect our citizens. And that includes you and me. And having that in mind, I'll talk about the nature of the program. Because now you may be interested to know how is it run, or what's so fancy about it to make it the best in East Africa. I'll start by stating the period of the program. It runs for a period of 7 months. And within these 7 months, there's events which are categorized in 3. We have the pre-admission program, we have the main program, and at the end of it all, we have the project, 1 month, which is dedicated for projects, whereby the students, or rather those people who have been recruited into the program, they have to come up with innovative projects. And during the pre-admission program, the students are exposed to online learning. and they're required to undertake various prerequisite courses according to the curriculum that has been designed. And these courses are just just introductions. They lay the foundational knowledge that the students will require during the core program. Some of these courses include things like introduction to cybersecurity, uh, programming languages, like introduction to programming languages, Python, Java, and all that. And although the pre-admission program is self-paced, we normally assign various instructors to help the students, or rather guide the students. And also during this period, we have webinar sessions whereby we address the students' concerns and Q&As. Once they're done with the pre-admission program, we have the core program, which runs for 25 weeks. And during this main program, the students are taught on specific cybersecurity courses. For example, they tend to undertake penetration testing, network security, cryptography, and so many other courses that form the body of cybersecurity, because cybersecurity is so broad. So we make sure that every aspect of cybersecurity is being taught during the core program. Thereafter, as I said earlier, we have the last month, we dedicated to developing projects. As you know about ICRAL, it's an innovation hub. So we require our students to come up with innovative projects, which are in the field of cybersecurity, within cybersecurity. Besides just the normal classes, or besides the normal learning, this program is so unique because there are other activities. For example, we have boot camps within that period of the 7 months. We also have milestone projects, and we do undertake milestone projects as a way of evaluating the students and the skills that they have acquired within the core program. We do not sit for exams like other training courses, or maybe just like in the university, whereby at the end of the module, maybe you have to do a cut. Here, we don't do that. We have milestone projects. And we also have some other trainings, like we train our students on soft skills. For example, presentation skills, communication skills, research, and all that. We do not just confine ourselves to daily learnings. There's also a mentorship program that runs along with the main program. And the main reason of having this mentorship program is to help our students identify their interests, or rather develop interest in specific areas of cybersecurity and pursue them. And we also have industrial visits. As you can hear, by the way, it's a very, very complex program, and it's very awesome. We have industrial visits. We take our students to various cybersecurity organizations, or rather organizations that depend on cybersecurity as their core infrastructure, so that they can have a feel of the real world cybersecurity scenarios. And besides learning and all that, we have things like team building activities to break the classroom monotony and help us discover the various talents among the learners. And lastly, we do have events like CSR. This is just to instill the spirit of doing good to the community among our students. So as you can see, at the end of it all, we try to model a person with cybersecurity oriented, and also who has developed soft skills, because most of cybersecurity guys are not social. Sorry to say that. We like sitting behind the computers. But after undergoing this program, actually you will sharpen your communication skills and presentation skills. And I can attest to that, being one of the alumni. And after that, you're able to see that actually this is a very intense program. It's very intense because we do all that within a period of 7 months. And therefore, it requires total dedication. You have to be hardworking. You have to be flexible and be ready to burn the midnight oil. And sometimes the program demands that we have sessions over the weekends and during the holidays so that we are able to cover whatever we have to do within the allocated timeline. So with that, I'll just talk about maybe what we expect of you once you join into our program. We expect that you are disciplined, like you have to put on your good behavior completely. You have to conduct yourself in a proper manner. You have also to dress appropriately. We do not allow our students to come in jeans and tops. We don't do that. You have to dress official, sometimes suits, which is whereby we find our cybersecurity people are not comfortable with that, but our program demands that. And you also have to be innovative. You have to bring on your innovation skills. You have to be cooperative, and you have to be enthusiastic about cybersecurity. Because if you don't have interest, you'll just get bored and will not get the best out of it. So having talked about that, let me mention about the recruitment process. Because I know maybe some of you, wherever you are, you're interested into the program and you're wondering, how do we get to recruit our students? For recruitment, I'll talk on the minimum qualifications, what you're supposed to have for you to apply and maybe get shortlisted, or rather, get shortlisted, undertake the interview and be enrolled. So you have to have a minimum of B+ in KCSE. You must have scored a minimum of B+ in your KCSE exams. And you must be having a university degree. That is, you must have scored a second upper honors degree in any IT-related course. That is computer science, IT, or even cybersecurity itself, because we have some undergraduate degrees which are cybersecurity. So you must be having that. And the reason we insist on any cybersecurity, any IT-related course, is because the cybersecurity is built on IT, and you need to have those skills. And initially, we had some students who are not from the IT background, and it was a bit challenging for them. Although they completed, but it was a bit hard. And now, even as time goes, the curriculum is revised and the course is made, the program is made a bit complex. So it requires one to have that background knowledge of IT for them to cope up. And I believe that's all about cybersecurity. And before I wrap up, I'll just maybe talk about some myths about NCSTP. Some people say that this is a top secret program. No, it's not a top secret program. That's why we advertise to the public. If you go to the ICRAL's Twitter handle, you'll see that there are a lot of advertisements. Even you can see on people's WhatsApp status, people advertising for this program. We do advertise it to the nation, and it's open for any Kenyan to apply for it as long as you qualify for it. And sometimes people say that it's maybe gender bias, it's tribal, ni Wakikuyu tu wamejaa huko. That's not the case. We do not based on gender when we are recruiting. We give fair chances to all genders. So it's up to your merit, because we base our recruitment on merit, and we do not base it on tribe or region or anything. Although we try to have a national representation, and sometimes we try to loop in the university representation, but our recruitment is based on merit. So if you feel like, or if you know deep down that you really qualify for this program, It's open and you can apply for it. And tonight at midnight, we are closing the applications for cohort 4. So I encourage you, ladies, to apply for it because we have fair chances to us all. I believe that is it, Laura. Thank you so much. And if there's any question, or maybe we'll have questions at the end of the session, I'll be happy to answer.
Thank you so much, Linda. I'm actually going to share some questions that I got later on, but maybe in the meantime, we can hear from some of the alumni. I know, Linda, you're also an alumna of the program, but you also work there now, and it's good to hear your experience. So I'm going to welcome Patricia Musomba to just talk to us about the experience so that if there are any students listening, they can be encouraged to sign up for it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Patricia. I work at eCral Innovation Hub as a cybersecurity researcher as well as a cybersecurity trainer. I am a graduate of the NCSTP program cohort 1, and I'm really happy to be here to apprise you on my own experience during the cohort, during my cohort, which was the very first. And so for us, we were sort of the trailblazers in a way, and the program has greatly improved from the onset to where it has reached now. So my experience and the subsequent cohorts experience might be a little bit different, but at the core of it, the program's delivery was the same for all of us, in that the technical modules that were taught were all similar throughout the 3 cohorts. And Linda has covered extensively on the technical modules that are taught during the program. And so for me, I would like to emphasize the fact that it's a really good introduction to cybersecurity as a whole, in that you get to appreciate all the areas of cybersecurity instead of just focusing on one area and being unaware of how it interacts with other areas of cybersecurity. So at the end of the 6 months, you have extensive knowledge on vastly every area of cybersecurity, and then now you're able to make an informed decision on where you would like to specialize, or even your area of work, where you would like to venture more into. So it gives you a really good background, and it is the beginning of learning. At the end of it, you're not a cybersecurity expert, but you're on the road to being one. And I think that is very important, in that it paves the way for you to enter into the cybersecurity industry, which can be quite challenging for many people. And so through this program, it opens the doors for you to enter into the cybersecurity industry. Even though that you're not an expert going out, you are employable, you have skills, because the program is highly practical and technical. So at the end of it, you don't have just knowledge, but you have practical skills that you can actually use to get into the cybersecurity industry. Other than the technical skills, I think for me, some of the most important parts were the soft skills that I gained during the program. I was privileged to serve as the class president of the first cohort. And so for me, it gave me an opportunity to explore my leadership skills and my leadership style. And just by the virtue of being the class president, it has opened doors for me in terms of leadership. And it also gave me a lot of confidence in terms of pursuing leadership roles, as well as leading things in the technical areas, and even in projects management. For me, the other thing is the fact that the instructors that I got to interact with are some of the most skilled people in this country. And so having access to such to such people really helps you as you get into cybersecurity. And through that access, for me, I've been able to get mentors who have held my hand during my journey as I continue in cybersecurity. And so for me, that has been a very big aspect of the program. So the mentorship was really amazing. I'm still in touch with most of my mentors, and they really help guide you because as Linda mentioned, cybersecurity is very wide. And when you're breaking in, it's very easy for you to be a little bit confused and paralyzed a bit because of just how many options that are available to you. And so mentorship is very important as you venture into the journey. So yes, so that is my experience. Back to you, Laura.
Thank you so much, Patricia. As you've heard, Patricia was the president for cohort 1, and she has shared her experience at the program with us. I also want to invite someone else who was part of cohort 1, Sylvia Kirago. Maybe you can tell us your experiences during and even after the program.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Laura. My name is Sylvia Kirago. I am a cybersecurity researcher and trainer at ICRAL Innovation Hub. I specialize on OSINT and operational security, that is OPSEC. And I'm an alumni of cohort 1. And for me, the experience was quite different, or as I like to say, it was really, it was an experience. So in cohort 1, there were a couple of guys who were not really from a tech background. And despite the fact that I did business IT in campus, I sort of was leaning more towards the business side. But now, after I joined this program, now this meant learning a whole new discipline that from scratch. And this meant putting in extra hours, going home late, coming to class or to work very early. I was always like among the first 5 people to arrive. So this meant coming in on weekends, Saturday and Sunday, and so that I can be able to catch up with the rest of the guys. And 6 months, for you to learn cybersecurity in 6 months, that is a short time, and you have to like do the prerequisite courses. It was an experience, and I can say it helped me mold what I do day to day. Basically is content creation. And when we were being trained, I would find myself looking at the content and asking myself, if I was the one training this content, which approach would I take it from? And I can say it has helped me to view different modules of cybersecurity from an untechy perspective to a techie perspective. So my content basically starts from layman's. So the program also helped with my skills in research. We used to do a segment that was called Today in the Cyberspace, where you'd basically recap what has happened in the cyberspace for the past 24 hours. And you had to have the presentation by that morning, and that meant research, that meant being up to date with anything that is happening in Kenya, both economically and in tech. So you had to be aware of all these things. And at the end of the whole program, you come out very disciplined, clear communication skills, you have presentation skills, you're confident, you can stand in front of people and talk about any topic without hesitation. You come out of the program with a different way of thinking and looking at situations from a very, very different perspective. And I can say those 6 months, they helped me with commitment. That means you need to commit yourself fully. You can't do the program if you're like 50-50. You need total commitment. You need to be confident in yourself. Yeah, and you need to be able to accept change and to be in uncomfortable situations. Yeah, and Laura, I can say that was my experience, and I can say that I am a better trainer right now because a better trainer and a better researcher because I underwent this program. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Sylvia. And the thing about the program is they not only focus on your, I haven't gone through the program, but I know people who have, and they not only focus on your technical skills, but also life skills. You gain a lot of discipline, a lot of, as Sylvia said, you learn to commit to stuff. And to be quite honest, it's not for the lazy people, because you have to be on your toes all the time, and it just prepares you for the workplace, because cybersecurity is a very, it's ever evolving. It's evolving, and you have to be to keep up to date with things that are happening. You have to be ready to provide or come up with solutions for new problems. So it's a very good program. So yes, that was Sylvia from cohort 1. So now I want to invite someone from cohort 2 to speak. Gorettie Mwai, who was in cohort 2. Gorettie, I don't know if you can hear me. I see your mic is unmuted, but we can't hear a thing. All right, maybe Gorettie, as you fix that, I can invite a current student who is a member, a student of cohort 3, which is the current cohort. Gorettie, is yours working right now? Not yet. Okay, so maybe we can invite someone from cohort 3, which is the current one, and Rotich. Please tell us about your experience at the National Cybersecurity Training Program. I know you guys are doing a project right now. Please tell us how the project is, how the program is for you.
Good evening, Laura.
Good evening.
Yeah, so my name is Rotich. I'm currently a participant in the National Cybersecurity Training Program, cohort 3. I can say that joining cohort 3, or rather NCSTP, has enabled me grow my security skills, my cybersecurity skills per se, because it is an cybersecurity, from penetration testing to network security to security in the cloud, and also you get to learn some 1 or 2 skills on hacking as well. So getting the skills which focus on the various domains, or rather the diverse domains, has enabled me really get how a cybersecurity field looks like. Initially, I thought cybersecurity is just a single domain, but getting to interact with the various modules we've done in CSTP, it has really broadened my mind, and I think it's really a life-changing moment, because as much as you're learning the hard skills, you also get to learn the soft skills, from presentation skills to communication skills to research. Yeah, so you grow holistically as a person. That is what I can say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anne. And I don't know, Gorettie, have you managed to fix it? Oh, I don't think she's online anymore. Guys, this is about the National Cybersecurity Training Program, and we invited mostly students who can, if you have any questions, Gorettie. Just increase the volume a bit. There you go, I think.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Good evening, guys. I'm so sorry about that. My name is Gorettie. Thank you so much, Laura, for having me. It's such an honor. NCSTP cohort 2. It was quite the journey, Not to echo what has been said by those who have gone before me, but aside from the hard skills that I acquired from the training, what I'd say really stood out was that the fact that at the heart of this program is Kenya. We had sessions on national values, patriotism, and before we had that session, I honestly cannot say the last time I sang the national anthem. Like during that class, with the instructor we had, we actually sang the national anthem. And I remember leaving that session feeling, wow, I am Kenyan. I am proud to be Kenyan, because why the government is doing this is to help equip its citizens with skills to protect the Kenyan cyberspace. So that really stood out for me in terms of the soft skills that were being trained during the program. The other thing I would say is it really instilled a lot of discipline. Oh my goodness. Without discipline, I honestly would not have survived the 7 months, because the deliverables were they kept on coming. Like, it didn't matter. I remember there's a particular day we went the CSR activity at around close to 9 p.m. and we have presentations the next day from 7. So clearly you have to have your slides ready, your content ready. I was not ready. So I remember we left the activity, went to the office. I left the office at around 2 a.m. and by 5 a.m. I was up to go back to the office. So this is just to say that you really have to be very, very disciplined. You have to go above and beyond for you to make it, for you to survive the 6 months. Commitment, discipline. You literally don't have a social life, but it's worth it. In the end, it is totally worth it. Like what we covered in the 6 months, I believe for me it was 7 months. In the 7 months would have probably taken me maybe 3 years or 4 years, I don't know. But yeah, it made it so much easier for me to get into cybersecurity, because I already knew there's this and this, there's forensics, there's offensive and all that kind of stuff. And it was easy for me to pick what I felt I was passionate about, which at the moment is application security, which brings me to the other point on mentorship. Through the program, I got to find a very great mentor who has been walking the journey with me. So if you do get the chance to join the program, find your tribe, find people it can be tough, can be quite tough, but nothing good comes easy. That's what I'd say. So yeah, the other thing is you get to interact with really, really brilliant minds in the industry, people you probably would not have the chance to meet, but they're the people who are becoming your instructors during the program. So yeah, it's easy to find someone to guide you at whatever stage you are at, or at whatever thing that you want guidance on. So yeah, I believe the program helped me to become bolder and more confident. Like Sylvia mentioned, we had to do a presentation every morning. So you can imagine you've probably never spoken in front of a group of more than 30 people, and now you're expected to actually research and come present your findings to people who are really looking forward to hear what you have to say. So that really made me bold. It made me confident in terms of whatever I am presenting, I am the subject expert matter. So yeah, it made me confident in that sense. So it's really worth it. Really give your best when you do the application. If you're having difficulties with doing your CV, I believe there was a session with Claude on the SheHacks YouTube page. So you can go look at that, but really give it a shot, give it your best. If you do join the program, just be committed. That's it. That's it. Like give your all, and it will count in the end. It will really, really count. So I think that's it from me. Thank you so much for having me. Back to you, Laura.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gorettie. And for the students joining us, we've heard from Linda, who's part of the Secretariat. We've heard from Patricia and Sylvia, who are in cohort 1. We've heard from Gorettie, who was in cohort 2, and Anne, who is currently in cohort 3. And you can actually hear they're very well spoken. And that's the one thing about the program. It builds your confidence because you have to speak to people on a daily basis, and you have to work on your presentation skills. So if you have any questions, you can please post them on the chat. As for me, I have 4 questions that have been shared in my DMs. And I think Linda and the team, you can answer this. So the first one, someone was asking if there's a main focus, or if the main focus is on governance, or is it biased to the technical aspect of security? So I think they're just trying to figure out within the 6 months, do you focus on one thing or a wide range of topics? Linda or Patricia or anyone?
Right. During the program, you don't specialize. So the idea is to teach you about every aspect of cybersecurity. So you will swing from defensive to offensive, and you will do critical thinking. You will do, as Gorettie mentioned, you'll do national values. So at the end of it, it's to make you a wholesome individual who can be, for lack of a better word, deployed into the industry. Because this is a government sponsored program, it is very crucial that they generate cyber warriors that are passionate and very passionate about Kenya, that the skills that you are equipped with, you will give back to our own society. So yes, you do not focus specifically on one topic. You're introduced to all of them, and then afterwards, now after the program itself, you get to select the path that you feel is right for you.
Thank you for that, Patricia. Linda, if you can hear me, I think this question goes to you. Someone is asking if it's possible for the program to consider someone that may have less than a C+, but have gotten a diploma recently.
Sorry, but we do not employ guys with diplomas, and we cannot bend our rules. We do not make the rules, we just enact them. So you really need to have a B+ and above, and you must have a first degree.
Okay. So yes, you've been answered. I think because a lot of people are trying to apply right now, the qualifications or the eligibility is quite strict. So that's understandable. The other question was, I think you had answered this when you were talking about the program, Linda, but someone was asking, how do you assess attendees?
We normally have mini projects and presentations as the alumni have spoken. We do not sit for cards or for end of module exams. No, we assess it's a skill-based course. So we assess the skills through practicals, and that is mini projects, projects and presentations.
All right. So the fourth and final question from my DMs is for someone who wants, a non-student, I think, who wants to be part of the trainers, what do they do? How do they apply?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to tell you I'm in charge of the trainers. So we have a secretariat. We'll share. I think Charles is online. He can share our email address. Whoever is interested, you send in your applications. Then we forward it to the management for vetting and all that to see if you really qualify to be one of our trainers. Yeah, we do that. And someone has told me to talk about to say whether they can still be under the program and be working. As I said earlier, this is a very intensive program, and this is a very intensive program, and you cannot manage to be our student and also be an employee somewhere, because right now even our students we have hostels for them, so you are required to be there 24/7.
Okay, thank you for that, Linda. There's actually a question in the chat from Vanessa. She's asking, do I have to have graduated, or can I apply in my last semester if I have my current transcript till that semester?
I think we can play with that. We do not take people who graduated 2 years and beyond. But if you're in your final year and you have your legit transcripts and you're very sure you will score a second class and above, you can apply. You're encouraged to apply.
All right. I think, how many students are you looking to recruit in the next cohort? That's another question.
20 only. So it's quite a competition.
I can imagine. And yes, so someone had asked the same question. We have gotten, we've actually sent it to my DMs, but for the instructors, let me just share it with everyone. You can reach the secretariat through this email. Another one from Vanessa, do you provide a living stipend for the students recruited?
Sure, we do. We even give you hostels, we give you meals, apart from dinner, and we give you a small stipend.
Yes. So you don't have to worry about that for the 6 to 7 months. As Linda has said, you're given a stipend and you're also given a place to stay and meals except dinner. Any other questions before we close? And please remember the deadline to apply for cohort 4 is tonight, midnight, 26th August. And for the students who are yet to graduate, if you're graduating in December or you're graduating sometime next year, please be on the lookout for, I am sure there will be a cohort 5 after cohort 4. So it's not a one-off thing. It's something that will be ongoing for the foreseeable future. So yes, please do sign up, whether it's this one or the next one or the next few ones that are going to come. I don't see any other questions in the chat. Yeah, so I think that's it. But if you do have any questions, you can always reach, you can use that email, secretariat@icral.com, or you can find ICRAL on any social media pages. They have a website as well, icral.com, and you can find the contact details there. Yes, but yes, I hope that if you've applied, you'll be able to get in, and hopefully we will see you there. Thank you everyone so much. Linda, do you have anything else?
Nothing much. Thank you, Laura. And I encourage you guys to apply. It's a really good program.
Yeah. So thank you so much,
sorry,
girls.
Laura.
Yeah.
Laura,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Someone just asked me whether it's only ladies who are applying, but no, even gents can apply. It's just that this platform, it's SheHacks, it's a platform for ladies, but also
Yeah.
gents can apply.
Yes, actually, and we didn't do that intentionally. I just noticed when we were when the session was ongoing that we didn't invite any man. But yes, it's open to ladies and men. So you can apply regardless of gender, regardless of tribe, regardless of region as well. For anyone who's outside of Nairobi, you can also apply. It's not exclusive to people who live in Nairobi. As Linda has mentioned, they provide housing for you, hostels. And so you can apply from wherever you're at in this country. And we encourage everyone, especially if you're from marginalized communities, please apply. You might be lucky to get in. Yes, so I think that's it. Thank you so much, Linda, Patricia, Gorettie, Sly, and Anne, and the entire NCSTP and the ICRAL team. We've learned a lot, and I'm so hopeful. I really wanted to have this session because I wanted more people, especially from the SheHacks community, because we are biased like that. I wanted more people from our community to sign up, because I know it's a very amazing program, and I hope that you will. And yes, I hope to see you guys there. Thank you everyone for joining tonight's session, and all the best to whoever applies. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, Hila.
Good night.
Good night, Gorettie.
Good night, Rachel. Good night.
Wow.
You. Good night, Laura. Good night, Obama. Good night, Donald Trump. Everyone.
Night, everyone.
Good night, please.
Good night.
Come on, good night.